What's going on, everybody? This is Cody, the home theater hobbyist, and today I want to give you my 4K UHD Blu-ray review of Black Widow. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Black Widow is a character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She's one of the Avengers. And this is kind of her origin story. And I'd been looking forward to watching this movie since I saw the first trailer in, I don't know, 2019, maybe 2018. This movie was supposed to come out in 2020 in theaters, but obviously that got pushed out, and basically it did happen because of COVID. So it got pushed out and they finally released it in theaters and on Disney Plus here over the summer here in 2021. And I was trying to decide if I was going to pay the Premiere Access version for Disney Plus or if I was going to kind of go to the theater. And I was like, I haven't been to the theater. I'm just going to go. So I snuck out one day and went. And it was actually just me and like one other couple behind me masked up. We were both masked up. It was a good experience. So anyways, I did get a chance to see it. And then I decided, I'm going to pick up the 4K UHD disc. So I did that this week because it was released just a few days ago. And here it is here. I bought it from Target. This is the Target exclusive. So it comes with the 4K UHD disc, the Blu-ray, a digital copy. It also comes with this other cardboard here and a gallery book, so it tells you different little things about the characters and different people in the movies. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought about getting the steel book from Best Buy as an exclusive, but once I saw the gallery book that came along with the Target exclusive, I decided to go that route. But let's talk quickly about the disc in the packaging. You get a 4K UHD disc which has HDR10 and a Dolby Atmos soundtrack on it. No extras on the 4K UHD. But with the Blu-ray, you get the Blu-ray disc along with, an SDR content with a English DTS HD Master audio track, 7.1 audio track, and it does come with the extras, gag reels, deleted scenes, that sort of thing. So you will need the Blu-ray just to watch the extras, but otherwise the 4K UHD disc has the best soundtrack on it. Moving on, let's talk about my experience. And actually, let me talk about the movie itself. I enjoyed the movie, especially the second time I watched it. The first time I watched it, I enjoyed it, but I was a little let down at the end. Whereas with the second viewing here at home, I enjoyed it even more, mainly because I knew what was going to happen, so I could see some of the details a little bit more in the movie. I enjoyed the main character's interaction with her family, specifically her dad and her sister. They were hilarious. I thought that was funny. And again, it ended like I knew it was going to end, so that was fine, right? So I definitely enjoy this movie and do recommend it. People ask, should I watch Black Widow? Yeah, I think you should definitely watch Black Widow. Now, let's move on and let's talk about the technical aspects. Like I said, when I first watched this, I watched this in the movie theater. I watched it in a standard theater, not an IMAX or Dolby Atmos theater, because I don't even have any Dolby Atmos theaters near me. So I watched it in a standard theater, and it was a good experience. It was a cinema experience. You've got the big reflective screen, so it looks like a movie. You've got the surround sound. It, sounds like a movie. But I did want to find out, how does it sound in Dolby Atmos? How does it sound with HDR? So I knew I was going to watch it at home. It was just a matter of when. Well, the disc is out and I decided to buy the disc versus watching it on Disney Plus, because typically a disc is going to give you better quality overall than you can get out of a streaming service. And I wanted to see this in the highest quality possible. So let's talk video. As far as video is concerned, this looks fantastic. In researching this video, I wanted to check out which cameras they use. And basically they use, 8K, 6K and 4K cameras, and the digital intermediate is also 4K. So it's an entire 4K pipeline, and it really shows on the disc. Details are nice and razor sharp. There's clarity there, and the colors look great. One of the things I like about this movie is there is so much color. There's a lot of reds, there's some deep blues, there's also some lush greens in the Norway shots, and so you get all of that because the 4K format allows for that nice wide color gamut as compared to the Blu-ray format. But again, since it's 4K, you also get the detail in the costumes. They might be red or blue or whatever, but you get that nice fine detail. And since this is a Marvel movie, the cinematography is excellent. I mean, it's shot well, the city scenes are nice, the action scenes are nice, and they're cutting when they need to cut. It's not too fast, it's not too slow. I think they've done a good job just shooting the movie and presenting it on 4K. As for HDR, yes, it's HDR10, not Dolby Vision, but you can still see the details in the shadows, the details in the highlights. That's a good thing. Are we missing something maybe because it's not Dolby Vision? Yeah, maybe. But honestly, it looks really good in HDR10, so I am not going to complain. So overall, I really enjoyed the video side of this movie. I don't have any issues. Moving on to audio. Now, listening to the Dolby Atmos soundtrack is where this really shines, especially compared to my movie theater experience, because I've got overhead sounds and they actually do work. I think Disney has done a good job here. Now, that being said, this does suffer from a typical Disney disc issue where I think that the overall volume is just a little bit low. I wish they would push another, 3 to 5 dB, and that would really kind of help fill it out a bit, in my opinion. But overall, I think they've done a great job. Now, let's talk about how it starts. It starts with a lot of things going on, a lot of dialogue in the center channel. And I like that. And I was like, this is pretty center channel heavy. But then the music started to bleed into the front soundstage, your left and right speaker. It didn't snap into it. It bled kind of into it, some of the soundtrack. And I like that, just sort of that effect. I was like, now that's really good. And then there's some action scenes, and all of a sudden, your surrounds are going, your rear channels are going, and then there's even a bit of overhead. And I think they did a great job with the Atmos and judiciously using the overhead. They didn't overuse it. There was helicopters, you'd hear them. But there was one scene where I felt like the helicopter went over my shoulder, but not over my head like I expected. So there was a little bit of what I would consider a downside there with Atmos, but I think they did a great job where it works and you've got nice pinpoint accuracy around you, but it's not overpowering you. It's not, killing you with Atmos and just everything's falling, from over your head or anything like that. I think they did a great job just kind of making a nice soundtrack. Now, as far as bass is concerned, well, this is an action movie, so your subwoofer or subwoofers are definitely going to get a workout, which is a good thing. There's explosions. Like I said, there's helicopters flying overhead. There's even footsteps that have, a certain amount of bass to them. So I think they've done a good job incorporating the bass without overusing it. It adds to the story. It doesn't detract. So I do like that. So overall, what do I think of this movie? Should you purchase it? Well, it depends, right? I think this is a great story, and honestly, I'm happy that I purchased it. I don't regret it at all. I've enjoyed it. Like I said, on my second viewing, it's even better than the first viewing. But again, it's going to be on Disney Plus pretty soon, and so if you have Disney Plus, you should definitely watch it, and maybe even watch it a couple of times, just to kind of maybe even let it grow on you a little bit. But if you want the ultimate in quality, yeah, definitely go for the 4K UHD disc. It's got the Dolby Atmos track, and I think it's going to look better than even Disney Plus. The Disney Plus version will look. I can't test it right now because it's not out on Disney Plus, but the disc that I have looks good. It sounds great. I don't have any issues, so I do recommend you purchase it if it's something that you're into. I mean, if you like action movies that got some comedy and stuff like that, the Marvel kind of thing, this is it. It looks good, sounds fantastic. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a like. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Join me on Patreon. If you want to purchase Black Widow or anything else, use those links in the description below. I thank you guys for watching. We'll talk to you next time.